Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a one-star puzzle from today's Hindu. Let's get started. Let's try to fill column 2. There is a 4 here which blocks these 3 cells. So G2 takes 4. There is a 7 in row D which blocks these 2 cells. There is a 7 in row F which blocks these 2 cells. And there is a 7 in column 1 which blocks this cell. So E2 takes 7. Now there are 2 empty cells left and the missing numbers are 2 and 5. So they'll take 2, 5 pair. Let's try to fill column 8 now. There is a 3 here which blocks these 3 cells. So C8 takes 3. There is a 1 in row D which blocks these 2 cells. There is a 1 in F row which blocks these 2 cells. There is a 1 in column 9 which blocks this cell. So E8 takes 1. Now there are 2 empty cells left and the missing numbers are 4 and 5. So let's fill that with 4, 5 pair. In the 6th block, this 8 in column 9 blocks these 2 cells. So F7 takes 8. This 8 and this 8 actually blocks this cell here in the 4th block, and this 8 in E row blocks this cell in the 4th block. So D3 takes 8. Now in the 4th block there are only 2 empty cells left and the missing numbers are 6 and 9. There is a 6 in F row which blocks this cell. So E1 takes 6 and F1 takes 9. Now in E row there are only 2 empty cells left. The numbers are 2 and 9. There is a 9 blocking here. So E5 takes 2 and E9 takes 9. Now in the 6th block there is only 1 cell left and the missing number is 2. So this 2 cancels out the 2 here in D2 and the D2 becomes 5 and F2 becomes 2. This 5 from D2 cancels out the 5 here in D8. So D8 becomes 4 and F8 becomes 5. Let's try to fill the central block. You have a 9 in column 6 which blocks these 2 cells. There is a 9 in F row which blocks these 2 cells. So D4 takes 9. There is a 4 in column 6 which blocks these 2 cells. So F4 takes 4. There is a 3. There is a 3 in row D which blocks this cell. So F6 takes 3 and the only missing number is 6. There is a 8 in column 3 which blocks these 3 cells. There is a 8 in C row which blocks these 2 cells. So B1 takes 8. There is a 7 in column 7 which blocks these 3 cells. There is a 7 in A row which blocks these 2 cells. So B9 takes 7. Now let's try to fill row B. There is 4 in column 3 which blocks this cell. There is a 4 in column 4 which blocks this cell. So B7 takes 4. Now in the B row there are only 2 missing numbers and the numbers are 2 and 5. There is a 5 in column 4 which blocks this cell. So B3 takes 5 and B4 takes 2. Let's try to fill column 9. There is a 4 which blocks this cell. There is a 4 here in G row which blocks this cell. So H9 takes 4. A 3 in column 7 which blocks these 3 cells. So in block 9 this is the only cell which can take 3. Now in column 9, the only missing number is 5. Let's try to fill column 1. There is a 4 here which blocks these two cells. So C1 takes 4. Now in column 1 there are only 2 cells left and the missing numbers are 2 and 5. There is a 2 in row H which blocks here. So I1 takes 2 and H1 takes 5. There is a 3, 8 in G row which blocks these 3 cells. There is a 3, 8 in column 6 which blocks these 2 cells. So these 2 cells in the 8th block carry 3 and 8. Now there is 3 in column 5 which blocks this cell. So I4 takes 3 and I5 takes 8. Now in row I there are only 2 empty cells left and the missing numbers are 5 and 9. There is a 5 blocking from here in column 3. So I3 takes 9 and I7 takes 5. In the 7th block, the missing numbers are 7 and 3. There is a 3 from G row blocking here. So G3 takes 7 and H3 takes 3. Now in the 9th block, the missing numbers are 6 and 9. There is a 9 blocking from H row. So H7 takes 6 and G7 takes 9. Now in H row, the only missing number is 7. In the 8th block, there are 3 missing numbers. The numbers are 2, 5 and 6. In column 4, there is 5 and 2 blocking. So G4 takes 6 and the missing numbers now are 2 and 5. There is 2 in column 5 blocking. So G5 takes 5 and G6 takes 2. Now in column 4, the only missing number is 7. In column 5, the missing numbers are 4 and 6. There is a 4 in C row blocking here. So C5 takes 6 and A5 takes 4. In column 6, the missing numbers are 1 and 5. There is a 5 in row A which blocks here. So A6 takes 1 and C6 takes 5. In column 7, the missing numbers are 1 and 2. There is a 1 in A row which blocks A7. So A7 takes 2 and C7 takes 1. In column 3, the missing numbers are 2 and 6. So there is a 6 here which blocks. So C3 takes 2 and A3 takes 6.